Hey folks, welcome back to what should be the final episode of Let's Play Starcraft 2 Brood War on the Mysterious JG. Had a lot more time over the years with the original Starcraft than with Starcraft 2. And I put myself through some challenges with the original Starcraft for my Let's Play purposes. I'm not any kind of pro-level Starcraft player, I never pretended to be, but I was pretty proud of myself for being able to get through all the campaign missions, the original StarCraft, without save scumming in the middle of missions. But as I've been playing StarCraft 2, normal mode is too easy. Hard mode tends to be just right and sometimes too hard. And then brutal I don't even mess with. And, you watch content providers who specialize on StarCraft are playing it brutal and finding it too easy. Although I've actually found, it's a channel I watched I found really interesting, but the guy save scums like a son of a bitch, but he's playing on brutal, so that makes it okay, I guess. But yeah, like I found, I'm not save scumming per se, but like just willingness to load and not redo the entire mission just makes things go much faster. And for that reason, I'm expecting things to get pretty intense in this video as we do the final mission. But unlike like at the end of my Let's Play of StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, where I really did make myself go through an entire play. Maybe I broke down, and maybe that's about the time I broke down and stopped. But, yeah, if you want to go from start to finish, hard mode the whole time, and if you fail, and you start over, it can be pretty stressful, and you really got to line up a lot of time to finish it. But I'm not putting myself through that. I'm looking forward to having a fairly intensive, but hopefully fun experience. Also, the Zerg are my favorite of the races to play. I don't know if I'm best with Zerg, but I do find that it'd be pretty fun. Kerrigan's final setup for me. The only one where I'm not really sure about what I've selected is Zergling Reconstruction. Automated Extractors is probably smarter. Improved Overlords is probably smarter. Zergling Reconstruction just means you have a few Zergling at your base. Zergling aren't really that useful by this stage of the campaign, but it means if you build some Zergling, you'll always have some guys who, they get killed, will be back at your base, and if you get surprised by an attack. I could go for Heroic Fortitude instead of Kinetic Blast, but that'll give me no active attack skills. And the main reason I would be doing this is because of life regen speed 100% raise for Kerrigan. But Kerrigan, if everything that's with her dies and she's all alone, she's going to get cut down regardless of her life regen. Chain Reaction rather than Crushing Grip. I kind of wish I could switch. I like Crushing Grip quite a bit, but because it just holds things stunned. But Chain Reaction is like, if I'm going to choose a passive, I'd rather have the one where she's hitting additional targets. Mend is the best of these skills. Malignant Creep is not, it's the least economical but most combat good one, because basically it'll make it easier for us to defend our own base. Ability, Efficiency, and Spawn Leviathan together I like a lot. Let's wrap this thing up.
The weapon has been shattered. Your swarm is poised to move. Only the palace defenses remain.
But they're formidable. Hyperion Bridge, 1558 shipboard time. It's almost 4 o'clock. It's almost tea time.
In the eastern corridor.
It's time, Valerian.
It's time. It's Zerg. Time.
I can't afford to hold back any longer.
Promise me you'll avoid civilian centers.
I can't do that. Arcturus would see that pattern in my movements and use it against me.
He might even decide I'm a really nice lady.
Then millions will die.
Tens of millions.
All right. Just stay out of my way, and I'll do what I
She's
can.
the compassionate alien murder queen. She wants to kill hundreds of thousands, not millions. But yeah, kind of a trilogy. Heart of the Swarm is the one that makes sort of the least sense, but it is what it is. There are many avenues into the Imperial sector, but they are guarded by the Dominion. Eliminate them, and swarm forces will join the fight. I'm trying to think what'll be. I know this is the loudest, but this is where my buttons function best. If I put my mouse on the laptop.
The die is cast.
Oh, it's nice that he knows his ancient Roman history.
Day your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
From now on, you're on the ground.
Korhal will endure, as will I.
We'll see.
Nice quote. I'll engrave on your tombstone.
Actually, I'm more comfortable with my... I'm just figuring out hand position here.
Stukov, Dahaka, all my brood mothers, all my queens, hear me. The time for planning and deliberation.
StoneCon, Armand Moran. Well, I don't even know if either of them are watching this series, but
Attack.
just thinking of people who do tend to watch a lot of my stuff. Ravenite. Okay, I probably don't need to be hanging around doing nothing.
You never should have come back to Korhal.
You suck.
You are surrounded by the Dominion's elite.
Okay.
And yet there still won't be enough to save you. How many bodies will you hide behind?
I've had enough of your tongue. Men, whack them out.
Whack 'em? Whack 'em good? Okay, well.
What is it this time? We are without limit.
Hooty hoo. Yeah, we're gonna want a lot of creep tumors. Actually, I want that queen. Queens have this thing where they heal. Kind of forgot about it. Problem with the all units grab and move command is that I do like to keep the queens back with my defenses. So let's have you guys be group 2 so that the queen isn't included.
We are without limit.
And you will be group 1 since grabbing stuff with the function keys is a bit of a nuisance for me. I know these creep tumors probably seem redundant, but I'm trying to make sure that I, if they get killed...
Sense. No, it can't be.
It's not. Oh.
My queen, a Terran battlecruiser is inbound on your location.
Pretty cool, huh?
There's something familiar about Jim.
Is that ship turquoise?
Let's finish the job.
I didn't think you would come back.
To help me murder
We're both
humans.
tied up in whatever happens here today. We do it together.
Jim, thank you.
God bless you.
Thank
God
me
bless the
later.
United States of America.
It's time you put your war face on.
Okay, now this is where it gets tough, because now we're going to have to defend his base, too.
Our allies are in combat.
Jim, weren't you supposed to be evacuating civilians?
Valerian and Horner got that handled. I had other things to do.
All right. Keep that left flank clear while I go put a hurt on Minsk.
Oh, boy. That didn't last too long. Having queens to defend the spine crawlers isn't enough. You gotta do a little better than that, Jim.
Our allies are in combat. It is time.
I want to get a couple of these guys going.
Our allies' base is
And hope that they can help them keep... I was really hoping I could,
Taking fire. They're focusing on us.
Hold on, Jim. We're coming. Allies are in combat. No time like the present.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping I could get an early start without, them murdering me, but...
Our allies are in combat.
See if we can get up here. So they do rebuild their structures, which is nice. It's kind of dangerous to move creep up in this direction, though, because it'll mess with Jungle Jimmy's ability to...
Our allies are in combat. Our forces are under attack. Mutation complete.
Okay. Let's have you guys head up here as well. Oh, that's not even the way I wanted you to head, but...
Forces are under attack. The hive cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack.
There's a lot of just trying to survive early.
Our forces are under attack. No time like the present.
Because eventually they start attacking with stuff like... yeah, that thing's not going to live forever, but it's pretty damn handy while it's here. Nothing to research here. Might be going to gas too early, but these guys I'm hoping will be of some use. And Kerrigan herself will be pretty powerful until she's dead, when she won't be that powerful anymore. These guys were gathering to attack, so I feel pretty comfortable that attacking them first was a good move. Have you guys get further back. Let's throw down a save because we're about to get attacked.
Minsk will suffer.
No, don't. No, no, no.
Forces are under
That was a mistake. Okay.
allies are in combat. Allies' base is threatened. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
My boys are prepping to attack the Dominion. Heading out in a bit.
We don't really need you doing that, but okay. I'm going to start running out of... do I have a Roach Warren? Because sometimes you start out with forces and you don't actually have the stuff to build more. Yeah. We don't actually have the stuff to build more.
Our allies are in combat.
Sky Fury Squadron, destroy the Hyperion.
Pretty big fleet coming this way. Could use some help taking these guys down.
I feel like this is useful, having a...
Your queen is under attack. Makes queen.
Okay, why don't you guys hang out with Kerrigan? Here's this Sky whatever squadron. Are you guys all down? These guys can attack land and ground, right?
Our allies are in combat.
What is it this time?
Okay. We need to get some more, well, we need to get more of everything, quite frankly, but let's get more workers first.
Your swarm is assaulting Terran forces in 3 entrenched positions. If you can attack these positions from behind and destroy them, we will join the slaughter.
Because a big part of this, honestly, is just getting,
Complete.
just surviving initially until they're kind of done beating up Jungle Jimmy. Dissipistators and stuff can be fun, but
Our allies are in combat.
I see you guys up here.
Our forces are under attack.
Where's oh, Kerrigan didn't go with them. Oops. Okay. Well, that was a mistake.
Our forces are under attack.
My boys are prepping to attack the Dominion. Heading out in a bit.
The swarm has met the enemy. I am the swarm.
Kerrigan is pretty powerful. And the creep tumors help.
Are under attack.
Alpha Squadron, destroy that damnable ship.
Battle cruisers inbound. Might need your help on this one, Sarah.
Did I lose my oh boy.
Speed.
Yeah, I made a little bit of a mistake here. I lost my
Minsk will
flying friend there.
Mutation complete.
Probably need to get some fighters going.
Retribution will be mine. Your queen listens. Yes.
Okay, might need to get up here to help.
Make your peace.
Because this Alpha Squadron is on the way. And I lost my Leviathan.
The wrath of the swarm. You're in my way. Make your peace.
Okay, that worked out really well. I don't know how many,
The hive cluster is
but here's the problem now. Now, my base is completely undefended while I'm doing that. Lost a lot of static defenses. Got to get my upgrades to continue on pace 2. Gonna run out of minerals at some point.
Our forces are under attack.
Yes.
Mutation Our forces are under attack.
Where is it? Whatever. I lost track of what's going on. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted spine crawlers over here. Spore crawler got wiped out up here at some point.
We're getting ready to attack the Dominion. Be ready shortly.
Boldly.
Okay, I guess I lost. Somebody was going to turn into a spine crawler. That's not that shocking when you get right down to it.
Our allies are in combat. Mutation complete.
Yeah, these guys are fun.
Mutation
Okay, but here's the problem.
under attack.
Make your peace.
Got an impaler. Guess I've only got one that survived. Yikes. The rest of them all got killed.
Are in combat.
Oh no, because I only, looks like I only actually converted one of them. I messed up. you gotta hit the button multiple times. Okay, I'm overdoing resources here now.
Spawn more overlords.
So I gotta go grab more resources. And I think they're like...
Remember this, Raynor? It was nice of your criminal partner to leave it here for me.
Oh,
Oh, crap. I'd recognize that signature anywhere. He sent out the Odin. Sarah, keep going. You've got to finish this. Go on without me.
Like hell I will. Hold on, Jim. I'm coming.
Complete.
Yes.
yeah. I think Odin can
Our allies are in combat.
probably... Well, no, I probably need to pull her back
We
personally.
adapt.
Get the rest of you guys
It is
off,
time.
and just her
What is it this time?
head up there. You guys stay here. I can call you the new Group 4, I guess. Yeah. Alright, Group 4. Ooh, he didn't last too long. That thing didn't last too long. Group 4 is wiped out. That's not good.
What is it this time?
Okay, bad shit's going down now. They got through and are wiping my stuff out. So they don't have enough.
The Odin's down for the count.
They don't have enough
How are
defenses
you
left.
holding up?
Don't you worry about us. We're still in this.
Here goes my hive cluster.
Speak.
Our allies are in combat.
Okay, can somebody form a new hatchery, please? That's going to be kind of important. It needs to be a hive.
Our allies' base is threatened. Our allies are in combat.
I don't know if we finally reached a point now where...
Under attack.
Boldly. The storm conquers all. What is it this time? We adapt.
Yeah, we might have finally reached a point now where, are you guys going to be able to even pick things up on your own? I don't know. But if, Jim is safe now... I know we lost a hive at one point, but I'll throw down a save. Because if it's just wimpy little attacks that are after Jim now...
The swarm has met the enemy. Makes quick fire. It is time. World unite. What?
Track down before
Ah,
you
for
return.
fuck's sake! Never mind. That wasn't good at all.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
I mean, it would be nice if Jim helped us when we get attacked, you know? Alright, fuck it, let's just load. I mean, I saved and then immediately died. So obviously I shouldn't have pressed an attack then, or I should have microed Kerrigan better. But yeah, this is the problem. Like, you have to, like, if you leave Jim to his own devices, he dies. Every single time. I guess I should be building swarm hosts in my own base, now that I think about it. I didn't mean to put caps lock on. Yeah, let's take the fight in our own territory here.
Yes. Our conquest continues.
What's that about Burton Cummings? Sorry. Get my economy going again.
Your queen is under attack. What is it this time? Make your peace. Hold me. No time.
Okay.
Yes. Make your peace.
You just hang out there for a minute.
I'm under attack. Our base is threatened.
Okay, I think we've got enough defenses on the rest of stuff now. You need to be stronger.
What is it this time? Make your peace. Retribution. We are without limit.
Okay, let's start spreading some creep over this way.
We're getting ready to attack the Dominion.
You're fine. You do that. That's great.
Your defenses could use some work, Arcturus.
You'll pay for that.
All right. That might have been an actual real save point there. Let's go ahead and save over where I just failed because I microed wrong. Keep the fights on the creep when we have that, you know, opportunity. I just need to trust that these guys will keep their base safe. And that right now, Jim is going to launch a series of ineffective attacks, which is fine.
Our allies are in combat. Our forces are under attack.
The swarm has met the enemy. What is it this time? Your queen listens.
Okay. Keep the upgrades coming. At some point, I need to start building some broodlords. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll do that now. But that's right, I have to build them as morphomatic trouble guys. Let's make overlords instead for right this second.
Our allies are in combat.
The swarm has met the enemy. What is it this time?
Taking out this little base will just mean fewer guys spawning right on top of us, which is to be desired.
The swarm conquers all.
Yes, it conquers all. It sure does. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, try to keep spreading creep. Oh!
What is it this time?
Try to keep her alive.
Yes.
Forces are under attack.
Speak. Retribution will be mine. No mercy.
Really just need to have Jim start taking care of himself now that I've held off a Thor on his behalf. Still not completely overwhelmed with workers just yet. Let's have you guys hang around up here.
Our allies are in combat.
Your queen is under attack. Boldly. Retribution.
My boys are prepping to attack the Dominion. Heading out in a bit.
What is it this time?
You guys should probably be on the creep. Wasn't that my whole brilliant plan? By the way, they've got fancy versions of regular units, in case you hadn't noticed. They don't have just regular siege tanks. They have upgraded elite versions of everything.
Our allies are in combat.
Guys hanging out up here.
Our allies are in combat.
Our allies can continue to be in combat as long as their base is not threatened. When I start hearing that their base is threatened, I get nervous.
In combat.
And I get a little unhappy if I glance up there and their base is being threatened. Or
Your queen is under attack.
they're in combat like a whole lot. Oh boy.
Is mine.
Okay.
Our allies are in combat.
Now this can't evolve anymore, which means these can. I like the idea. You guys head for Kerrigan.
The swarm has met the enemy. Your queen listens. What is it this time?
A whole group of guys up here that need killing.
Yes. Our conquest continues. Speak. This world is mine.
Can't see kills on these guys because they... Oh, no, you can. 13, 14, 14.
Yes.
Okay. All you guys. Group 6. I'll probably regret this eventually, but I want you all turned into broodlords.
Make you
Allies are in combat. Mineral field depleted.
What is it this time?
A creep tumor is under attack.
My boys are prepping to attack the Dominion. Heading out in a bit.
Okay. I think at one point I'd mentioned getting Dissipistators.
Spawn more overlords.
Need to get an Ultralisk Cavern too. Ultralisks are a big part of any successful attack. You just need them to soak shots. They didn't rebuild buildings, but they've certainly got plenty of dudes over here now.
Make school.
Mineral field. Our allies are in combat.
So I'm not that worried about the Hyperion and its attack waves going nowhere. I'm kind of fine with that, actually. Oh, fuck.
The swarm has met the enemy.
They did a little sneaky attack. Didn't really kill anything, but it was sneaky nonetheless.
Your queen listens.
Okay.
Our allies are in combat.
And I got the real slowdown here. Too much shit going on at once, I guess.
Depleted.
Mineral fields are getting depleted, which, yeah, we knew that would happen at some point. Didn't want all you guys to come off, but, fuck. And I guess I'm wasting some minerals now.
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
Still have too many guys over here, even after I pulled all those dudes off and overpopulated this space.
Our allies are in combat. Mineral field depleted.
Gonna have to take an enemy base to have any more offense. It's a lot of brood lords. They can be killed by anti-air, or by air-to-air. But we've got Kerrigan close to here.
Our allies are in combat. Allies' base is threatened. Our forces are under attack. Our forces
This is not going as well as I'd hoped.
Our boys are prepping to attack the Dominion. Heading out in a bit.
are under attack. This
These the lords are taking damage, but they're doing pretty
Queen is
good.
under attack.
our forces are under attack.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of really good air defense here. They had a whole bunch of they're definitely taking damage, but boy, those brood lords are doing some damage.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our allies are
Let's get you guys to the back, because I'll need this eventually. I don't want you just... Because I'm hoping to take over this base, yeah.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
It is time.
Our forces
That worked out pretty
are under
good.
attack. Our forces are under attack.
Yeah, broodlings count as forces who can be under attack, so... Why did you, they shouldn't have, I should have stopped them, but I'm not sure why they got that close to, whatever. Alright, we've got Kerrigan
What is it this time?
hanging out here. Oh boy.
Speak.
They just wandered right by.
Without limit.
Yeah, this didn't go that well. I gotta get some...
Swarm has met the enemy.
I don't know. Kerrigan can't be everywhere at once.
Speak.
Let's throw down a save, though, because we cleared out the middle base. Broodlords was a pretty good way to do it. I remember playing this a long time ago on normal and finding this middle base to be pretty difficult. Broodlords is a good way to do it, though.
Your queen listens.
Allies' base is threatened.
Okay, they don't want us to have this base, do they?
Your queen listens.
Okay, we're not going to be able to expand into the middle until we've taken out some other bases first. Apparently this did get built before it got, well, I thought it just got killed. Oh, they went air to kill my broodlords. Yuck. That's a pretty significant loss. I might want to pull that one back. Okay. I know it's a bit scummy to, like, load every time an attack kills me, but there really is, with the Zerg in this game, there really is a certain, like, yeah, Kerrigan just has to be there to take care of things. Zerg stationary defenses suck. Nowhere near as... You can have a bunch of queens to try to heal stuff, but it just ain't the same. We're going to have the Broodlords hang out here. We need to have some queens for healing. I'm going to get... Oh boy. This is the same exact group, and it's just going to kill them again.
Our drones are under attack.
Your queen.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay.
Retribution will be mine.
We will take that base later.
Combat.
For now, all you guys have stayed alive this whole time. So, oh, I'd like... They're still attacking with... are those Odins or Thors? Black Hammers, they're elite Odins. Or Thors, rather. Okay.
My boys are prepping to attack the Dominion. Heading out in a bit.
I thought...
Our forces are under attack. Are in combat.
Thought we could, take that base. They're gonna make it hard. So I got Queen up here healing, which is good. I need to get some replacements for some of the defenders that have gone down. I have to bear in mind I have a shit ton of minerals. I don't want to just give away all BC.
Our allies' base is threatened.
Okay. So eventually, might as well have you guys working. There's no point in you not working at all, but...
Our allies are in combat.
3 kills, 16 kills, 1 kill. Any more evolutions to complete? We got everything researched, I think. We don't have dissifistators that I'm actively using. I suppose I could be. You will have more hit points as a lair. This group is alive now, which is nice. I'm trying to move slowly and methodically forward, but in fact, we want to take this out, and it might finally be time. Let's have Kerrigan stay put, and have a Leviathan with Broodlords attacking down here and see what we get.
Our allies are in combat.
Zagara. Move your troops into the sector.
With pleasure.
Okay, that worked. Now we get a big attack from Zagara. The problem with unleashing these guys is that they will launch one big attack and then a bunch of shitty little attacks for the rest of the campaign. So we got Zagara's troops, so hopefully can take out this base. That seems really great, but again...
We're almost ready to attack the Dominion. Moving out soon.
It's not as impressive as it might seem, because they won't keep attacking at this kind of rate. They'll have, like, trickle from here on out. Oh, looks like they got rid of the,
It is time.
I guess the siege tanks fell to the might of,
No time like the present.
siege tanks might have fallen to the might of, just, the defenses that were already there. Pull the Leviathan back just because it's the only thing I've got to use against anti-air here.
Your queen is under attack. Retribution.
I don't know how much longer they're going to last against these guys, but...
The avenue is clear of defenders.
All right.
Send your pack into the city.
Down goes... Yes, Queen! You guys just ignored this, huh? This didn't matter to you, huh?
Boldly.
Ah, boy. Guess they just slid right through here and Kerrigan didn't notice them, but I lured them into my defensive line, which... is something, I guess. I don't have to worry as much about attacks from this direction now.
It is time. Retribution will be mine. What is it this time? Speak.
Strike down before
Okay,
he
that was
returns.
pretty rough. Did I successfully micro that into a victory? Wow. Okay, didn't anticipate that actually working.
My boys are prepping to attack the Dominion. Heading out in a bit.
I return.
To them again. Irie. Can I grab you? Yeah, let's get some guys up here to defend.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies
Whew.
are in combat.
This is the last mission of this whole thing, after all.
The Hive cluster is under attack.
That took no time at all.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay. You get some creep spread around here. And we need to, these bases, I'm just going to mine the shit out of them, because they're going to be open to attacks, but I'm just hoping there won't be that many from this direction, because we've killed a lot of stuff over that way. Get the overlords out of the way. I'm just going to make a couple more hatcheries over here just so I've got a quick place to bust units out of. And hopefully this army I've got here now will be able to hold the new base. Oh, there's our friend.
The Hive cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Alright, that worked. They killed all the workers right there on that gas, but
My boys are prepping to attack the Dominion. Heading out in a bit.
Field depleted.
I think this might be foolish, but I'm sending the flyers away.
Our forces mineral field depleted. Our forces are under attack.
Can I get you three plus
Our forces
you?
are under attack. Our allies are in combat.
you will be Control 9. And I want you sending just fuckloads of Hydras because they can shoot whatever. And that's just really important, being able to shoot whatever. Where did you guys end up? Okay, you guys ended up over here, which is where I thought you would. I think my Leviathan died on the way. So we are helping a bit. There's a medic over here on their own.
Mineral field depleted.
Of course, the other thing I could do is go with more Broodlords. This will eventually wipe out my economy, but... Oh, supply limit reached. This was going to happen. Oh, you didn't die. You just got better with age. I still feel okay with keeping... Oh, no, no, no. Come back here and let Raynor's Raider help you. Raynor's Raider, help us. Okay. Oh man, I didn't realize they took more supply. Oh well. I guess I'll have Hydras and Broodlords now. He's just throwing a lot of souped up stuff at us, isn't he? Once you start hitting maximum supply constantly, now it's probably time to think about pulling the trigger on this whole thing.
Yeah.
Mineral field depleted. Our forces are under attack.
Your queen listens.
We're almost ready to attack the Dominion.
Oh,
Moving out soon.
you're gonna help us out, huh? That's nice.
I will not let you destroy humanity's only chance at salvation.
I will rule Sector 5. I think Hydras might be the way to go after all. They're the easiest thing to manage as a mass like this.
Your path is clear.
Understood. Let's finish this.
Never got a Baneling nest, did I? Suppose I could grab one of those just for the hell of it.
Our allies are in combat. Our forces are under attack.
Boldly.
Alright, I think this might be it, or very nearly it. And although I did have to do a little bit of save loading when bases fell, I think this is overall, for me at least, an easier mission than All In is on hard mode. In part because it's so much easier to get it. Like, you're getting a max army and just and killing everybody with it. Which is, you know, fun thing to do with the Zerg, and not always that possible to do with other forces. And you just keep this mass group going. Instantly have another Leviathan up, which is nice. Keep more Hydras coming. Not really necessary to come down here. As a matter of fact, I think this is what we have to finish off. These Mengsk's Palace is what we have to finish.
The dominion of man is stronger than you. We will see your ashes spread to the wind. Men, stop the Queen of Blades.
No, I just defeated the palace. So you literally, as he's saying that, is losing the mission. Oh, I never built Ultras! No wonder that was so difficult. I forgot about Ultras. And they even have Tauresk power, which we never used. Oh, jeez. Maybe we used them in the second to last mission, and I forgot. Heart of the Swarm hard. Zervan. What did I never do? I never completed in less than 25 minutes. Yeah, I take my time. We finished the Reckoning, and we prevented the Hyperion from taking damage. Oh, okay. Kerrigan got 456 kills. Enemy troops killed 999. I guess it maxes at that, or I just happened to get exactly 999. Raynor's Raiders killed almost as many troops as Kerrigan. I'm a little ashamed by that. Oh, and I must have gotten no damage taken in a previous run, because it's 102 damage taken by the Hyperion this time. Alright. Now there's nothing left to do but to lay back and enjoy the cheesy ending. Sorry. Someone else's kind of terrible catchphrase there. And Kerrigan in super badass mode. But yeah, you really do. It behooves you to use Kerrigan a lot in the campaign. But we killed 999 humans. That's almost all humans that exist in the entire universe, so... Oh, is he going to kill himself here? Is he going to be like the leader of Q from Mighty Jack? The most famous person ever to kill themselves? So that would have been a lot more frustrating and stressful if I hadn't just told myself, what the hell, load if you need to. But I do think that wouldn't have taken as many tries as All In.
Hello, Kerrigan. I've been waiting.
The last mission of Wings of Liberty, that is.
I'm surprised you haven't tried to escape.
Escape?
Press any key, not the escape key.
I'm afraid you've got it all.
I'm a hologram. Oh, he's got some kind of trick trap. Well then, why did you put up such a fight? I guess so that she wouldn't be too cautious to walk into this room.
Did you think I'd keep an animal like you close to me without some kind of insurance policy?
I've contacted the Dungeon of Doom and hired the Yeti. Oh, and the surprising end of the Zerg campaign is that Kerrigan is defeated by Mengsk.
Failure. Now, at long
I'm gonna kick your ass.
you will die.
I've got much bigger hands than you, Mengsk, and you know what that means.
Change of plans.
So even in her own fantasy, like, she turns into a super monster, and it's a high fantasy type of sci-fi, but even there, a woman can't get her own revenge without a man helping her. But she does get to be the one to kill him.
Never suffer enough for all the lives you've ruined, Arcturus.
Indirectly by creating you, who killed billions.
Made you into a monster, Kerrigan.
By mistake, though. I mean, it wasn't his plan, exactly.
You made us all into monsters.
Oh, she like incapacitate him? No. She decided instead to melt his head from the inside out. Wow. I hope Jim survived that. So, I mean, Max kind of had to die. I was kind of shocked he got all the way through the entire story of StarCraft 1 and Mengsk was still alive. But he was a great villain, so he was fun while it lasted. But yeah, you couldn't end Kerrigan's big story where you play as her and not have him get defeated again. Let's go make out, Jimmy. I'm glad that we could continue to be lovers, even though I'm now a super monster.
My pleasure, darling.
Raynor? I don't know. She ain't the looker she used to be.
Always was.
Fuck you, Fenix, and everyone else that was killed by Kerrigan. I mean, he went to a lot of trouble to get her back, and that storyline I can kind of buy. And the storyline where he has to let her get a revenge on Mengsk, even if it involves turning into a Zerg, I can buy. But the idea that he's still like all romantic about her, even though she's a Zerg queen again, yeah, that's a little harder for me to swallow.
Wielding powers I cannot imagine.
The power to not be that interesting.
To face him, having renounced everything.
Particularly Jim Raynor's love.
My humanity.
My Zergosity.
My identity. The man I love. But I will not face this enemy alone.
The Protoss will help me because they have a campaign left to do.
I am the Swarm.
You know what? I'm the Swarm. Come on and play me. I am control. Nobody can take me. And there you go. StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. From a narrative perspective, it's a bit weird. It's, I think, is generally the least liked of the campaigns. The Protoss campaign is next, Legacy of the Void, and without going into too much detail, yeah, they've introduced the idea that this big bad that Narud/Duran has been trying to revive is revived and is a threat to everyone. So in theory, that's the big story of StarCraft 2, is dealing with this big bad who's been hinted at since the secret mission in Brood War. But in reality, we're going to cram the whole idea of actively fighting that threat into the Protoss campaign. So it's really just the last third of StarCraft 2's narrative. Now, StarCraft 2 has 4 stories because there is a Nova Covert Ops kind of add-on that you could get that came after the main story was finished, which I liked. I was glad they did additional story content. It's my favorite part of StarCraft is playing through the story stuff and not doing like multiplayer. Well, multiplayer with friends against the AI can be fun. I'm not somebody who's going to hop on and play ranked matches. But that Nova Covert Ops thing, it's fun, and I intend to play it eventually. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it wasn't successful for them, but they didn't really continue on with like having lots of new stories, and it's just kind of its own separate thing. The main story is Wings of Liberty, followed by Heart of the Swarm, followed by Legacy of the Void. So some people say Legacy of the Void is the worst. Some people say Heart of the Swarm is the worst. Almost everybody seems to agree that Wings of Liberty is the best campaign. And having played through them all on normal, I think they're kind of right. Legacy or Wings of Liberty, you're constantly building towards this big showdown with the Queen of Blades, and it's kind of satisfying. This game's a bit weirder. I mean, I guess you're always building towards a showdown with Minx, but the building up the swarm narrative doesn't, I don't know, it's not quite as strong. You certainly don't have, like, Dahaka and Zagara. Like, you don't have as fun NPCs to interact with, and there's no kind of ending scene with, like, now a satisfying conversation between Kerrigan and Dahaka, or Stukov. Even if you don't get an ending scene in Wings of Liberty where Raynor's talking to a bunch of people, you can kind of picture what those conversations would be like. In this game, I don't know, you don't have interesting NPCs to deal with. Mission-wise, Wings of Liberty is a lot of fun. Heart of the Swarm, just the way the Zerg are set up, usually Zerg in insurmountable numbers, but you have to find a way to surmount those numbers anyway, works as an opponent. And getting a big ball of death rolling as the Zerg, like we got at the end of that mission, is a lot of fun. But mostly in this game, it's like, particularly that last mission, those Terran units, like you saw, they were not regular units. They all had like unique names because they had like their regular infantry were like the war pig powered mercenary guys. They had special mercenary versions of the Thors, which I don't think even existed in Wings of Liberty for us to use, Thor mercenaries. All of their battlecruisers, they said battlecruisers are attacking. There were a bunch of Jackson's Revenges, which are the souped up mercenary battlecruisers from Wings of Liberty, except that you can only have one of those, and maybe two if you summon one and then keep it safe until it's ready for you to summon another. You can have two, maybe three tops. We were getting waves of those. So Manx had some really souped up units, which is fine because it's like the final boss mission. But the Zerg just feel like they're really weak unless Kerrigan is there throwing out monster damage. One thing I'm glad I checked online for what the best techniques for Kerrigan were, and the Leviathan is like, oh, a timed energy monster? That sounds pretty crappy. I'll go with this drop pod, which shoots lots of guys. No, the Leviathan was great, and I'm really glad that I did a little reading and decided to check it out, because in the past I played through and didn't use it, and it's way more powerful and a lot more fun. But yeah, Kerrigan and Leviathan being able to hold off large armies by themselves is cool. But it's a weird flavor that it gives to the game. It really does play more like Warcraft than Starcraft normally would. In the original Starcraft, people don't like it. Starcraft 2 fans who go back and play it to find out where the series began don't like it. Not it in general, but the specific it I'm talking about is the fact that heroes are a liability in StarCraft. They're just a regular weak-ass unit that can get killed and cause instant game over. Even Kerrigan is like probably supposed to be the most powerful of the hero units. You don't really want to have her charging into a Protoss base. And in this game, the fact that you can have her die all you want and she just respawns, it's a different gameplay experience. And it's actually kind of fun. I did enjoy it, but it's not quite the same feel as like really having to manage the huge army. And eventually, it always comes down to use the mass army move command to have everybody attack. What was I getting at? What was my point? Story-wise, Wings of Liberty was a lot of fun because you felt like you were building up this ragtag force. I was really sad that Tychus had to die at the end of Wings of Liberty, but I liked all the guys, like Swan and Tychus. I always wish there were more dialogue than there actually was with, like, what's his name, the crazy Rostic guy. It was fun, and people had personalities, and you were building up this ragtag force. It just doesn't work like that with the Zerg. Although I did find it kind of amusing in the original StarCraft, like the Overmind was a fun character, in a weird way. And even Kerrigan as like the evil Queen of Blades was a fun character in the mission briefings in Brood War. But in this game, Sarah Kerrigan as being like in this weird halfway point between being the Queen of Blades and still being human. That was kind of interesting, but there was no one for her to interact with. And as a result, it's just not, you don't have this satisfying feeling that the brood is getting stronger and stronger. Instead, it's like there are unnamed brood mothers out there. You weren't unified, but there was always this big, powerful Zerg force. It just feels, I don't know, you just have more of an attachment to Rainer's Raiders. Legacy of the Void will actually have a bit of a similar flavor to Wings of Liberty. Without revealing the whole story, there is going to be kind of a low ebb for the Protoss force we're playing as, and they're going to have to build up. And they do more with having characters with personalities, because the Protoss are capable of having personalities. But really, the Protoss, they're kind of boring. The only one that was fun is Fenix, and he's dead. And Fenix was at his most fun when he formed this weird, unexpected buddy cop relationship with Raynor. But what was I've been just going off and like randomly blah blah. The real issue, I think, with the StarCraft 2 story is that this notion that there's this big bad everyone has to fight. The closest thing to a big bad in the original StarCraft is the Zerg, but you actually play as the Zerg. You get the Zerg positioned as this big, unstoppable, evil force. And then in the original StarCraft, you play as them in the middle of the game, and the Protoss are mysterious, and you find out more about them at the end. And then, really, oh, excuse me, knocking my mouse or my headset all over the place. So you really are jumping back and forth between forces and having fun, and they never feel the need to resort to superpower you can never play as because it's so powerful. This game gives you the hybrid, who are just kind of eh. And we don't even do that much with the hybrid as in this Zerg campaign. But what I'm getting at is that the close of the StarCraft 2 story will feel a bit rushed, because they really is this conflict to get rid of Minsk, which it's like, okay, they could have had the entire trilogy be about getting rid of Minsk and had the Protoss doing something in the middle of this. But instead, the Protoss don't give a rat's ass about Minsk. So they kind of remove them. They have a two-story structure where Raynor spends all of his time fighting Minsk, but also restores Sarah to being human. Then everything he did is undone by the story of Heart of the Swarm. And eventually we find out, if you're paying attention, oh, maybe Narud was manipulating events all along and wanted Kerrigan to be turned human because that unleashed some kind of psionic energy that allowed his evil master to wake up in the void, I guess, maybe. But overall, the story is, oh, Kerrigan turns into a monster again, but she's not as monstrous as she was, and defeats Minsk. But now they've kind of dropped hints that there's this big evil waiting in the void, and we're only going to have one game to deal with it. So guess what? It's going to feel rushed, and you're going to have less screen time dealing with this ultimate threat from the dawn of time to all life that they've been hinting at is going to get dealt with faster than Minsk, who took 2 games worth of campaigning to get rid of. I guess I've belabored this as long as I can. We will go to the end of these credits, and then I don't remember if there's anything to see after this. If Nick Fury appears and recruits Kerrigan into the Avengers or whatever. I don't think there is, and I probably should have had high speed going. Jump. Because I could just hit escape. There's no music playing. There's no, like, orc rock band. Lord, don't heed my call, or whatever it is. But yeah, I like playing as the Zerg, but from a story perspective, this is the most boring of the campaigns. I found the Protoss campaign from Brood War to be a little ho-hum. actually in Brood War, story-wise, the Protoss and Zerg campaigns are just kind of ho-hum. The only one that's interesting and seems to have a consistent narrative thrust, where they're not just hopping around doing random shit, is the UED campaign, because it is like, oh, here's a new faction. We find out what they are trying to do, and we follow a straight thread line to them doing it. They overthrow the human force in the sector, the Terran Dominion, and then they proceed to try to deal with the Overmind. Whereas the Protoss campaign has them hopping around doing weird favors for Kerrigan for some reason, and then the Kerrigan campaign is similar, like we're jumping back and forth dealing with randomness. But as I think about it, I really like Wings of Liberty. The more I play this game, the more I realize that Wings of Liberty was actually a really good game. Heart of the Swarm isn't terrible, and it's fun to play as the Zerg. But it kind of makes me wish that Wings of Liberty was longer, or that it continued. That you get to have like adventures with. There's like, I wish I wish they didn't try to do this half-assed your decisions matter thing where you can save Dr. Hansen or let her die, or you can work with Tosh or kill him. Like, I wish they'd committed so that they could do storylines with those characters going forward, and just have more stuff with Raynor's Raiders. But now, oddly enough, with Mengsk dead, I know there's spin-off novels and comic books and stuff that explore what happens, but it's like, well, what the hell does happen after this? I think we're coming up on the end now. What really does happen now? Valerian takes over? He's the son of Minx. Like, why is it okay for Valerian to be the dictator of humanity? Why do we think he's going to be good? I mean, they've suggested, oh, he cares more about the common people than Arcturus did. Is there any sense that we shouldn't have, like, a dictator? I don't know. Anyway, I think that's it. I think it's time to call it. Heart of the Swarm completed. Arcturus Minx is dead, and the Imperial sector of Augustgrad lies in smoldering ruins. With her thirst for revenge finally quenched, Kerrigan has gathered the swarm to scour the stars for any sign of the fallen Xel'Naga Amon. Discover the fate of the Protoss and the entire galaxy in Legacy of the Void, the final chapter in Starcraft 2 trilogy. So there you have it, folks. I hope that was somewhat interesting and fun. I intend to move. Like, I don't want to have a big, long gap like I did after Wings of Liberty, but I did remember Wings of Liberty being the most fun of them, which might be why I took a long pause. But I intend to get back, or I tend to get into Legacy of the Void pretty quickly. As a matter of fact, you might be seeing it the next time a Heart of the Swarm video would have been scheduled for upload. No promises, but I promise you this. Whatever the next series is, I'll see you there next time.